Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for NBA on Saturday, December 4th, 2021. My name is Steve. We're going to have 3 picks here for you today. I think are great value bets for the Saturday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. I can't do it without you, so please be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, also please consider hitting the like button. It really helps grow the video. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page. I'll have a link in the comment section and in the description of that where you can check that out. Great place to connect with our community, to get new ideas for bets, to check out some research some other people are putting out. A lot of great stuff there in the Discord channel. Be sure to also place your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Now for our results from the previous episode. So for our comment cappers, we had got to get the bag calling the over 208.5 points here in the Cavs-Wizards game at minus 110 odds. Was able to cash that fairly easily there. We love to see it. As far as our stream results, we went 4-1. So continuing the hot streak here that we have in the NBA, we're 20-11 in our last 8 episodes here in the NBA, so we love to see that. Obviously, big night last night. Really thought we could have, had a good shot at the sweep. We were able to cash the Cavaliers spread easily. Cavs won that game there versus the Wizards convincingly by 15. We were able to cash the under in the 76ers Hawks game. Cash that one easily as well. 98-96 the final, only 194 points in that game. We were able to cash the James Harden under for points, under 23.5 points. It's become one of my favorite bets. James Harden has become my under cash cow. Love it. It's been one of my favorite bets on the season. We also cashed on the Franz Wagner over 18.5 PRAs. He finished there in the 20s, so we love to see that. And then the only one we missed on was the one I thought was a slam dunk. Go figure. That's the life of a sports bettor. Devontae Graham over 3.5 assists. He had laid a goose egg. He had 0. Somehow, on a night where the Pelicans passed the ball really well, I saw a graphic pop up at the screen at the end of the game. They had 29 assists on 35 made field goals, and they won the game there versus Dallas. And that was at some point in the 4th, and I was like, how does Graham have 0? Well, what can he do? We're going to get after it today, guys. We're going to get this 3-0, so let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we are rolling with the Chicago Bulls plus 3.5 spread here versus the Brooklyn Nets at minus 112 odds. So the Nets here are on a back-to-back after playing last night there versus the Timberwolves and squeaking out a 5-point win over the Wolves. And they're playing a Bulls team. Honestly, it's been very good this year. They've been one of the NBA's early season surprises. Sort of a surprise. Not really that big of a surprise when you consider the talent that they have there in DeRozan, Levine, Lonzo Ball, Vucevic. But the Bulls have been very good this year. They're 8-4 on the road against the spread. You compare that to the Nets' home spread. The Nets are 3-8-1 at home against the spread. So the Nets have not been a great home team so far here early on in the season. And like I said, Nets on a back-to-back here. Bulls, coming in here rested. Bulls are 8th in defensive efficiency. The Nets are 6th in defensive efficiency. So both teams, they could get after it here defensively. And also offensively, they were also very close. Bulls are 9th in offensive efficiency. Nets are 10th in offensive efficiency. But right now with the Chicago Bulls, a lot of what I trust more here with the Bulls is the cohesion. Honestly, I love how they're blending together there with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, Vucevic. Especially now with Vucevic back in the lineup as well. Just adds a really nice big punch there for the Bulls. And they're gelling really well together. Particularly LaVine and DeRozan, they've been phenomenal so far this season. LaVine has been one of my favorite PRA props here early on in the year. So I love what this Bulls team does. I honestly love, I love their coaching there with Billy Donovan. Right now I just would have to give the Bulls right at this point in the season an early edge here over the Nets. Just because, like I said, I just see the cohesion there more on the court there for the Bulls. And they've been a much better, they've been a pretty solid road team here. And the Nets, not as good of a home team there against the spread. So I love it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. Chicago Bulls plus 3.5 spread here versus the Brooklyn Nets at minus 112 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we are rolling with CJ McCollum over 23.5 points here for the Portland Trailblazers at minus 110 odds. So when it comes to CJ McCollum at home, this was one of my favorite bets early on in the season. He's kind of, came back a little bit to earth, but he's still 7-5 at home to this line on the season. And they're not going to have Damian Lillard or Anthony Simons here tonight for the Blazers. So someone's going to have to score the ball. Who better than CJ McCollum? And honestly, he's drawing a pretty solid matchup here tonight with the Boston Celtics. Boston allows the 8th most points per game to point guards and the 16th most points per game to shooting guards. So not a bad matchup there. He's considered usually a shooting guard with Dame running point. Tonight, though, you could see CJ running point guard a lot more, especially with Anthony Simons and Lillard both out. So either that or be, Dennis Smith Jr. But I think it's going to be CJ there running point. It would just make the most sense for him to be running the point tonight. And, Boston doesn't defend point guards very well. Even against shooting guards, still average. And I'll take this matchup here for McCollum with him being at home. And, with Lillard and Simons out, I really do like McCollum to at least go for 23. I expect, McCollum honestly to go for 30 tonight, for sure, given the injuries and stuff. So, love it there, guys, for our number 2 pick. CJ McCollum over 23.5 points here for the Portland Trailblazers at -110 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're rolling with Grayson Allen over 13.5 points here for the Milwaukee Bucks at -108 odds. So on the season, Grayson Allen 12-11 to this line. He's 5-6 to this line at home. Obviously, that doesn't sound great when you first hear that, but now we need to consider the fact that Giannis is likely out for this game. He's listed as doubtful for tonight's game with the Miami Heat, so I like that. They're going to need a little bit more punch here from their guards. And honestly, best matchup here is for Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen going up against the Miami Heat here, who allow the 3rd most points per game to shooting guards. So I like seeing that. And Allen has already cashed this prop versus the Miami Heat this year with 14. Now, he was on the hook in that one, but he did still cash it. And the fact that we have no Giannis tonight, I like seeing that as far as this bet goes. And I think Grayson Allen's going to have a good chance here to honestly get up into the 20s with his point count. This is another one similar to McCollum, similar type of idea. We got some injuries here for the Bucks, with Giannis. Giannis, obviously, the biggest injury that you could think of as far as that goes. And I'm expecting, honestly, Middleton, Drew Holiday should get more of the attention from the Heat defense anyway. That should leave more looks for Grayson Allen for sure. So, with the matchup, I love it. We saw Karis LeVert go for 27 last night against the Heat, and he's normally a lower scorer. You can't rely on him typically, but he had 27 versus the Heat last night out of the scoring guard position. So I love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, Grayson Allen over 13.5 points here for the Milwaukee Bucks at -108 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that, guys. We're trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers. Be sure to also check out our college football best bets video as well for today. We've been on a heater in college football as well. We're 7-2 in our last 3 weeks of college football. So be sure to check that video out as well. I'll have a link to that here at the end. And other than that, guys, I wish you all the best of luck in your bets today. Let's get after it today. Let's make this money. Let's have a great day. I wish you all the best of luck, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.